A mission that should have ended with applause instead ends in chaos. A damaged NASA capsule crashes into the ocean with astronaut Sam Walker inside. Rescue crews pull her out and rush her to a hospital. When Sam wakes, her body feels wrong, her head is spinning, and something strange catches her eye. A pen appears to be floating in midair. She reaches for it, but the moment doctors enter, the pen is lying on the tray like nothing happened. Then the nausea hits her. After so long in zero gravity, her brain could misread normal movement. They test her memory. Sam explains that before the crash, Mission Control had given her a location to move toward. Everything seemed normal until something hit the capsule. After that, all she remembers is the craft dropping fast and everything going black. The medical team reveals something worse. Whatever struck the capsule punched a hole through it, and even her helmet was damaged. Their best guess is space debris, maybe a meteor fragment. Samples from her suit have already been sent for analysis. Not long after, Sam sees her husband Mark and daughter Izzy, but quarantine rules keep them behind glass, close enough to see, too far away to touch. Then, her father William arrives and informs her that this is no longer just a NASA problem. As her capsule entered Earth's atmosphere, it emitted a very unusual frequency, and now the government wants answers too. Instead of being sent home, Sam is moved to a private recovery house where she can heal away from reporters. Dr. Michelle Aiden takes her there herself. Michelle explains that the property was bought by the government in the 1950s for weapons testing, and now it's used to isolate high-priority people when necessary. There's even a telescope outside. The moment she tries it, a violent sound hits. Pain explodes behind her eyes. Flashes hit her. Michelle steadies her and warns that recovery may come with side effects, nosebleeds, visual distortions, episodes where things seem unreal. None of it should shock her. In 2 months, they'll evaluate her again and decide whether she's fit for another mission. Days pass under constant supervision. Sam wakes with a brutal headache. No fever, no clear cause. When she removes the bandage from her hand, she finds an ugly mark spreading across the skin. Later, blood trickles from her nose. Val calls. At first, Sam tries to act normal, but in the middle of the conversation, she goes still, staring towards something outside. Finally, Sam whispers that she thinks someone is out there. She turns the camera, and for a second, a shadow slips away. Val tells her to hide the symptoms if she wants NASA to clear her faster. After the call, the house begins acting wrong. Lights flicker. A loud crash echoes from another room. Sam investigates and finds water and dirt on the floor, with the door standing open. She steps outside and aims the telescope toward the woods. Something moves in the distance, then disappears. She throws a rock toward the spot, but whatever is near her isn't in the woods at all. It's above her. The same piercing sound slams into her mind again, and she's hit with broken flashes, people, panic, fragments of the crash site. By the next morning, the bandage is gone from her hand and the mark has spread further. Then she sees an egg floating in the air. She touches it. It wobbles, but even after she pulls her hand away, it stays suspended. Only when the doctors walk in and break her concentration does it fall and smash on the floor. During exercise, her leg jerks, but she lies and says she's fine. When Michelle asks if anything unusual has happened, Sam hides the truth. After they leave, she calls Mark and says the three of them should take a family trip once she recovers. Mark shuts that down. He says giving Izzy that idea will only make things harder, because if the divorce still happens, it will hurt even more. Sam insists nothing is final yet. From their conversation, it becomes clear that Izzy is adopted and the marriage has been falling apart. Sam has spent so much of herself on the mission, training, and work that there was barely anything left for Mark or Izzy. Izzy appears and shows Sam a drawing she made, people floating in space. It only makes the distance feel worse. Later, while walking through the woods, Sam hears that terrible sound again. Her vision shifts. She sees brief images of people searching for her. When it finally passes, she notices a wire buried in the ground. She follows it. It leads to a fake rock. Hidden inside is a camera. Then she finds more wires, more cameras. The entire property is watching her. Shaken, Sam turns back, but her foot catches and she falls hard. The next thing she knows, she's in bed, her head pounding, dried blood in her hair. A man enters the room and tells her they found her injured outdoors and carried her back in. Before Sam can demand answers, William steps in. He tells her that when he found the house empty, he sent people out to search for her. When Sam confronts him about the cameras, William admits he didn't tell NASA everything. This house has hidden surveillance everywhere. He then reveals a concealed passage behind furniture that leads to a massive underground bunker. William shows her the control room, where feeds from every hidden camera can be monitored at once. In an emergency, the house can fully lock itself down. Solid metal shielding can seal the structure. It can protect whoever's inside. After William leaves, the monitors begin glitching. Sam looks at her arm and sees the bruised mark spreading farther than before. She takes a photo and sends it to Val, asking what the hell is happening to her. Val brushes it off and tells her to ice it properly. That evening, Sam tries to relax in the jacuzzi, but the air suddenly goes dead still. From somewhere in the woods, she hears a strange sound. Then the wind returns. Spooked, she heads back inside and tries to call Mark, but he doesn't answer. Sam grabs a flashlight and checks the balcony, but sees nothing. Then the power cuts out completely. When she turns back toward the door, she freezes. A black creature is standing there. For a second, Sam can't even move. Then she blinks, and it's gone. The power comes back. She opens the door and searches the area with the flashlight, but there's nothing there. No sound, no sign, just silence. She locks the door, activates the alarm, and starts toward the bedroom, only for the house AI to announce that an intruder has breached the property. Instant lockdown. Metal panels slam over the windows and doors, sealing the entire house with Sam trapped inside. She tries calling for help, but there's no signal. Then that awful shrieking sound tears through her ears again. A roar erupts from another room, and Sam runs downstairs in panic as something starts moving toward her, fast. She desperately hits the light switches, but nothing works. The exits won't open. Then the handle of a nearby door begins to move. Sam raises the flashlight, and the shaking stops. After a tense pause, she slowly opens the door to check outside. A plant near the window rustles. She startles so badly that she drops the flashlight. As she grabs it again and points it back up, a strange hand presses against the glass. Sam screams and bolts for the bunker. Once underground, she tries using the security system to see what's happening outside. At first, the screens won't cooperate, but eventually she finds the right controls. One camera shows the creature sitting in the grass beyond the house. The lights flicker once more, and it vanishes. The ringing of a phone pulls Sam awake. She realizes she fell asleep at the computer desk. She runs upstairs and finds William there with his team. Sam tells him the generator must be failing, but William says he already knows about the power issue and has sent people to fix it. Then Sam tells him the truth. There is something in this house. Something not human. William says he'll review the security footage. This time, Michelle examines the marks on Sam's body and admits they don't look normal. She promises to arrange an X-ray immediately. Mark and Izzy arrive for a visit. While William spends time with his granddaughter, Sam pulls Mark aside into the woods and finally says what she has been too afraid to say out loud. She saw a creature, and she doesn't think it belongs to this world, because the true purpose of her mission wasn't just routine space work, it was to send a signal deep into space. And now, Sam is starting to believe that something answered. Mark is about to respond to Sam's wild theory when Izzy suddenly runs back toward them, killing the moment. Later, Sam and William review the footage from the time she swore she saw the creature outside, but right where it should have appeared, the cameras break into glitches and static. No shape, no proof. William tells her what everyone else has been saying, that she's exhausted and seeing danger where there may be none. Then he leaves her alone with the screens. Using the house system, Sam scans the property herself. The computer detects 9 people: family, security, William's men. No monster, no intruder. Later, Sam, Mark, and Izzy take a walk into the woods, but the forest is no comfort now. In the middle of Sam and Mark's conversation, a strange sound cuts through the trees, and Izzy is suddenly gone. Then Izzy steps out. She's holding a dead insect. When they notice it, the woods come alive with metallic insect noises. Bugs shriek from every bush. One slams into a tree, then another. Then the entire forest wakes up at once. Mark, Sam, and Izzy run back toward the house as a massive swarm bursts from the woods behind them. Thousands of insects slam into the windows. They coat the glass so thickly that daylight disappears. Every window turns black. The house feels buried alive. Then, just as suddenly as the attack begins, it stops. The swarm peels away. Silence returns. The windows are smeared with sticky residue, and the ground below is littered with dead insects. A cleanup crew arrives, and one NASA officer admits this is far beyond anything normal. Sam asks the lab for updates on the material collected from her capsule, but the results still aren't back. Mark and Izzy leave for now, though Mark promises he'll return that night. Alone again, Sam notices a throbbing in her foot. She takes off her shoe and sees blood pooling around one toenail. In the bathroom, she pulls off her sock and realizes the wound has spread farther up her foot. When she touches the nail, it comes off in her hand. Sam screams. She wraps the foot, ices it, and braces for another long night. The lights flicker again, and this time she pushes furniture against the door before sitting at the computer. Desperate for answers, she searches for reports of bizarre insect incidents and unexplained medical symptoms. What she finds only makes things worse. Photos of other people with marks like her own. Then she feels something crawling down her back. She rushes to the mirror and checks her body. The discoloration has spread from her hand up her arm and across her shoulder. It looks less like bruising and more like something underneath her skin trying to come through. Sam triggers the alarm and runs downstairs as those horrible sounds return. Right then, Mark calls and says he's on his way, but instead of asking for help, Sam asks him a question that catches him off guard. Was I a good mother? Before he can answer, the lights begin snapping on and off. The AI voice announces another lockdown. Sam tells Mark there is something inside the house with her. The sounds are getting closer. She runs for the bunker, but a violent pain suddenly tears through her body. Sam crashes down the stairs and lands badly at the bottom. Her hand comes away coated in thick, sticky substance like biological gel. Her phone is shattered. Above her, the sounds continue. She crawls to the computer and runs another scan. This time the house reports that there is one other man inside besides her. Then the camera feeds distort, and through the static, she finally sees them. More than one creature. She kills the screens in panic, then scans again. Now the system detects two people upstairs. Sam starts pressing controls at random, activating defense systems she barely understands. Smoke begins pouring from the ceiling. Something moves into the kitchen. Sam hides beneath furniture and catches the creature only in reflection. She makes a run for the door. Another one appears. Sam is forced back into hiding until it moves on, and the second it does, she bolts into a bathroom and jams the door shut with furniture. Her arm is burning now. She tears off the bandage and sees that the skin itself has changed. It no longer looks injured. It looks transformed. Outside, the creatures begin forcing the door. Sam backs into the shower area, spots an air vent overhead, kicks the panel loose, and pulls herself into the shaft just before the room is breached. Outside the house, Mark and Izzy arrive to find the building sealed under lockdown. Mark tries calling Sam, but nothing connects. He gets out to check the property himself. Izzy notices something in the distance and points toward a strange light in the woods. Meanwhile, Sam crawls through the vents, drops back into a corridor and rushes for the stairs. She almost makes it, until a creature grabs her leg and yanks her down. Sam fights free and runs again through hidden spaces inside the walls. As she stumbles deeper into the structure, the marks across her body begin to glow. Now, the night feels unreal. The sounds around her become overwhelming, layered with voices, pain, memory, and something ancient trying to break through. Her body pulses with light as she runs between the trees, but she can no longer hear her family calling for her. William arrives with an armed team. He warns them that whatever they are dealing with is not an animal. It is intelligent. He has seen enough on the cameras to know they are up against something that can think. His men sweep the house. William heads into the bunker and finds it trashed. The creatures close in around her, certain she's about to die. Sam begs them to let her go. But instead of attacking, one lifts her face and looks at her with something impossibly tender. Then it speaks inside her mind, and somehow Sam understands every word. More of the creatures emerge from the darkness. The first one tells her they've been searching for her. Sam asks what they are. "We are your family." Sam is stunned. So the creature touches its forehead to hers and tells her to remember, and she does. The visions finally become clear. Years ago, a ship crashed on Earth. These beings were hunted. In the chaos, Sam was separated from them. To survive, she used a device that altered her appearance, turning her into a human child. When William found her, he took her in and raised her as his own. Her real family never stopped searching. They always knew the disguise would fail eventually. And when Sam was sent on that special mission, the one involving a signal meant for extraterrestrial life, they came close enough to interfere with the capsule because they realized it was her. Then Mark and Izzy find Sam in the woods, surrounded by glowing beings. Izzy is terrified when she sees the light moving beneath Sam's skin, her shape beginning to change. Sam gently tells her that no one is going to hurt her. William admits he knew the truth all along. He always knew Sam was different. Turning her into an astronaut wasn't fate, it was strategy. He made sure she was placed on that mission because he believed it would draw the others in. He wanted all of them. Now that they're here, he orders Sam to tell them to surrender. She refuses. William pulls a gun. Mark tackles him to the ground and punches him hard enough to stop him cold. Soldiers begin closing in through the trees. And right then, Sam's human disguise finally collapses for good. The woman Mark married is gone, replaced by the being she was always meant to become. Then Mark looks at her and understands before anyone else does. If she stays, they'll take her. So he tells her to run. Izzy, frightened but heartbroken, reaches toward her mother. Sam touches her one last time, not hand to hand, but claw to hand. It's not the goodbye either of them wanted, but it's the only one they're going to get. Then Sam turns and disappears into the woods with her true family. By the time the soldiers reach the clearing, it's too late. A brilliant ship rises into the night, carrying Sam away from Earth, away from the life she built and away from the people she loved. On the ground below, Mark, Izzy, and William can only watch as the sky closes behind her. And just like that, Sam finally goes home.